Are
Awesome.
we live?
Yes,
What's good? What's
sir.
happening? What's going
Yes,
on?
sir. Ski.
Yep, we back again.
Yes, we are. We
Ain't
jumping
that
into it.
something?
Rap shit.
Rap shit.
Go, love.
Cool.
Get it, husband.
All right.
Get it, husband.
Uh, fuck these other niggas.
Oh, wow.
I'll be right by your side. Okay, hold up. Wait a minute. All good. Just a week ago, crew at my house, and we party every
Every week or
weekend or
so.
so. On the radio. That's my favorite song. Make me bounce around like, I don't know. Like I won't be here long. Now the thrill is gone. Got no patience. Because I'm not a doctor. Girl, why is
Is
you
you
lying?
lying?
Who was that?
Girl, why you Mufasa? That's Childish Gambino.
Cool. Gotta
Was
get
it
that. Gotta get that song right though.
3005?
Wow. Bingo.
Yeah.
Easy money.
And we party every week or so. Yeah. Yeah.
Amen.
No matter what you say or what you do, no matter what, I'll always be with you. Fuck these other niggas, I'll be right by your side till 3005. Hold up. Yeah.
Fire.
That's a cutie.
Yeah, man.
That's a Childish Gambino. That's
Yeah.
that 3005. What made you pick that song?
Cause I remembered he had new music out, and so I thought it would be cool to. I've only listened to one record
Oh
though.
my gosh. I've listened to like 2 or 3. I need to
The
I've
album?
had it. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. It's from what I've heard so far of like the 3 records that I've heard. It's really dope. Of course that, fire kind of eclectic sound that he has. But I
Very
do need to
unique.
listen. Yeah, I do need to listen to the entirety of the album. It has been on my to-do list. I'm glad that you reminded me to do that. I'm doing it
You
tomorrow.
know who else has a new album out? Completely random. Killer Mike.
Already?
Yeah, man. I got an email today.
Oh
So I gotta listen to that.
wow.
He has a live performance going on right now too.
Brother, where?
The Blue Note in L.A.
That's
I don't know.
sick. That
Surprise
sounds
album.
incredible. All right.
Releases on Friday. Can't wait.
Okay, he on his Beyonce.
It's fire,
You know what
man.
I'm saying? He said, I'm going to just pop out.
Yeah, man.
I'm going to just jump out with it. That's cute, man. Gosh, where were we when 3005 came out? I want to say.
Oh, that song
What year?
this is
Hit me with the year so I don't make myself look crazy.
you guess a year, I guess a year, and then we'll see.
I'm going to say 2013. No, that's not it. That's too
I'll
far.
give you one more.
One more shot?
I haven't looked it up yet, guys. I'm about to press search on it, but I will say
2011.
I'm gonna say 2010.
2011. Final answer.
Let's see. It came out 2013.
Oh, my first guess was right.
Guess so. Yeah.
Dang.
October
You
2013.
think wrong,
man.
you think along, you think wrong. That's wild.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. The good old days. The good old days. Welcome
Yes,
back.
sir. It's good.
Listen, hey, how y'all doing?
Popping.
Okay. It's the One Thing for Certain podcast for myself, Alia King, and my husband.
Carrick King.
We talk about all the things that married people like to talk about, okay?
Yep.
And listen, before we even go any further, if you coming back here, hit that subscribe button.
Please and thank you.
And just in case you thought I wasn't talking to you, you thought that this message was like for somebody else who, who has been here a bit longer, a little bit more seasoned. I'm not talking to them. I'm talking to you, Daryl. I'm talking.
Daryl is crazy.
I'm talking to you. Click that subscribe button, okay? Hit that notification bell.
Yeah, Cliff.
Leave. Sarah, come over here one more time and I hit that subscribe button. See what happened to you. All right?
If you're coming over here from TikTok, especially, you know what I'm saying? Because we got a TikTok channel out there. What's the name of the TikTok?
Listen, the One Thing for Certain talk. I'm
Word.
gonna get it changed, but you know,
Oh,
it's
it's
what
out
was
there.
available at the moment. But yeah, check us out on the TikTok so we
Yeah,
can be
man.
friends. And, also check us out on Instagram if you're,
On the eyes of G's,
if you're still into that. You know what I mean?
the I and FBI.
For sure. All
Yeah,
all
man.
day, every day. So we're just gonna jump right into it with my current obsession. You already know what time it is. I'm gonna go ahead and take this one. I'm gonna start
Are you gonna?
because I'm on the timer. Okay,
All right.
you already know
Here we go.
that is dun 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 dun
Here we
dun
go.
dun dun dun. Well, we took a week off or two.
2 weeks, I
Actually, we
think.
took 2 weeks off. Giving y'all our play by play of House of the Dragons.
Yep.
We are in
Episode 7.
episode 7. Okay, this is the penultimate episode, if you will, the episode right before the last. And we're gonna get right into the nitty-gritty. We're not going to waste our time talking about how
It's a highlight reel.
it's a highlight reel. We're not going to talk about how King Viserys came back with his syphilis face and to
Actor's
haunt
decision, by the way.
Damon.
Shout out to
We're not
him.
going to talk about how Silver Smoke or whatever it is.
Oh, Silverwing.
No, not Silverwing, the smoky one.
Oh, Sea Smoke. That's
Sea Smoke.
beautiful
We're
dragon.
not going to talk about how Sea Smoke ran down on Lord Corlys's bastard and said, "I choose you."
Shout out to Adam of Hull getting
Let's
that
go.
fire dragon.
The most gorgeous dragon.
I think that is the most
It's the prettiest one.
dragon I have seen since.
We're gonna skip
Drogon.
the beheading, okay, of Sir
Oh Lord,
what was
babe,
his
come on.
black
He is a babe.
something. You know what Damon did. He came in there and betrayed the only friend he had in the Riverlands. He betrayed him and he cut his head off because the Riverland people had him dead to rights. We're gonna skip the fact that what's her name? Baela
Yeah.
and Rhaenyra's 2 sons was kicked out like they didn't pay the rent.
I mean, they didn't.
They did, but we're going to skip that part. And we're going to skip right to the part where Princess Rhaenyra had a draft of all of the Targaryen bastards that was, in King's Landing. How she had an audition call for a 40-piece chicken meal for one of her dragons.
Whole chickens.
Whole chickens, okay? First of all, how the Targaryens love to have a sex, honey, because
Yeah.
why are there so many bastards? How many of these people? I thought it was going to be at least like 5 or 6, maybe,
Well,
to choose from.
they're in
There was
power.
like 60 people who came down there.
I'm not surprised.
60? Y'all was getting it in. Y'all just dipping your ding dings everywhere. It doesn't make any sense. I was
Not just ding dings.
floored. Apparently there was some wild and free cooches out there too. I thought Rhaenyra was rare. You know what I'm saying? How she was just going down to the brothels and doing the nasties with her uncle and Lord and Sir Kristen Cole and her other baby father that Jace, her son, ran down on her about. He
yeah.
was like, "You didn't think I was gonna notice that, my other brothers and sisters have white hair,
The strong. I think it was strong.
Was
Something
he as strong?
The father of
Yes.
Jason. Luke.
Yes, he was a knight. And yeah, he was just like, so now you just gonna let any old raggedy Targaryen bastard come up from off the street and have the potential to ride a dragon? Listen, everybody know I'm a bastard, but at least I can ride a dragon. Now, who's gonna care? Who's going to care if any old person off the street who happens to have white hair can come up and just all of a sudden claim a dragon? What legitimacy do I have? You've already made my entire Life of Maury Povich episode, okay?
Right.
Because everybody know that my daddy was not the father. But we just had to act. And the only person who was brave enough to say it got his head sliced in half, okay? So, we chilled on the bastard talk. But now you're just letting anybody run up in here and do the things. And she said, listen, son. I need shooters.
Yeah.
I need shooters. I don't know what you want me to do. I'm not going to send you out to fight Vhagar because, she's 3-0 right now.
Man, 4-0, I think, technically.
No, because it was...
Oh, that other dragon didn't count. Sunfire. She didn't
Because it
kill some.
was,
No,
no,
technically,
I think that
she gets that
counts.
one.
Yeah.
She gets that
Vagar
one.
gets that one as well.
Yeah. Friendly fire,
So,
but still.
so she is a perfect score right now. So that's not gonna happen. Like, we just don't have enough people. Damon is off in the win. Rhaenys big dead. You know, my son dead. Okay, I'm not gonna feed you to her. So yeah, she held auditions, and we had 60 people go out there and just get fried, dyed, and laid to the side. He had Vermithor, which is King Jacaerys' dragon. Okay, the King Jacaerys, the conciliator, the one who named Rhaenyra's father, King Viserys, his heir after his two sons met an untimely death. So, you know, he's big granddaddy dragon. And he said, who disturbeth me from my slumber? And she said, come and eat something or find somebody to ride you, you know, whichever one you want. He said, say less. And
Yeah.
just proceeded to grilling these people alive. And Rhaenyra is just watching in horror, but still holding out hope that one of these
Trial
chicken
by fire,
nuggets,
if you will.
100% a trial by fire, that one of these chicken nuggets will be a special chicken nugget. Okay?
The golden ticket.
The golden nugget. Okay? The one that was perfectly fried and dipped in barbecue sauce. Look, so, you know, our homeboy finds one. I don't even remember the old dude's name, but his daughter,
Oh yeah, that one that lost his daughter
yeah,
and stomped out somebody
yeah,
for
for a head of
he
cabbage.
crashed out for a head of cabbage.
He sure
You know what I'm
did.
saying?
He sure did.
That
He
baby
sure did.
still passed though. Lord
And
Jesus.
yeah, he put all his cards on black and won, praise God. And another dude who was talking in the tavern, hot shit, like, oh yeah, I'm a Targaryen, but
Ulf is his name.
yeah, he ran up out of there. He said, I don't want nothing to do with this. Listen, my homeboys hyped me up. I don't even really know if I'm a Targaryen like that.
Right.
Turns out he is, because King Jacaerys' wife, okay, I don't remember her name, but her dragon is the one who selects him.
Silverwing.
Silverwing. Wowzers.
And was selected despite one disrupting her slumber, two, more
Stepping on
importantly,
her
stepping on one of her eggs.
on I think what it was is that he didn't actually crush an egg.
No, he
There
did.
was an encasement that held the eggs, almost like an incubation tank, and he like stepped on that. I don't think he crushed an actual egg.
But when he lifted his foot up,
It kind of looked slimy. I don't know. We'd have to do a little bit more research into that. But anyway, we digress. So he, you know what I'm saying? He wins the Dragon Olympics, and he decides to drive his brand new Ferrari around King's Landing. Okay, gets spotted by King Aemon, the one-eyed bastard, and runs out, jumps on Vagar, and runs down on him. He's like, boy, I kill you. You think you a fool? You think you can just run through my hood and you're not going to get popped?
Bracken and Blackwoods. That's what I have been looking up this whole time. Jesus, it was
The
so
Brackens and the
hard.
Blackwoods?
Yes, that was beefing. Then you were talking
Yeah,
about
yeah,
Damon and all the
and it
things.
was the
So
Blackwood boy.
that Blackwood boy with
He
the long
got
hair.
beheaded.
Yes, that
Yes, he
got
sure
beheaded
did.
by Damon. In Harrenhal. Damon ain't leaving Harrenhal.
He's never leaving Harrenhal
take.
again. Yeah, he's gonna die there. He is haunted. But anyway, fast forward to homeboy off with his brand new Bugatti. And yeah, so Vagar and Aemon run down on him, and as they are approaching, as they are closing the distance and look up and see Dragonstone off in the distance, he sees Rhaenyra pull up. Okay.
Now she waiting on the porch.
She was waiting on the porch. She said, come over here if you want to. She had a shotgun, an AK-47,
Yep.
and a cannon
Yep.
sitting there on her porch. And she said, come over here if you want to. I'll take your other eye, fool. I'll kill you, cuz. Run up through here if you want to. You popped a couple of mine, but you can't take 4 of us at once, bro.
Right.
And that's how the episode ended, cuz. Like,
Yeah, so
it
we're
was
going
big
into
set tripping.
we're going into the season finale next week. And
Wow.
it's gonna be interesting.
I don't even know what to expect.
Yeah, I mean we didn't see Christian Cole.
So Kristen Cole took a
bum-ass.
sababbatical. Him and Allison took a sabbatical. You
Yeah,
saw
Allison
she went
took a
out
real
into the
sabbatical.
she went out
took
to
a
the river. I
vacation.
thought she was gonna kill herself. I thought she was just gonna drown herself. I did. She got shooed away by her sadistic son. Her other son is a cripple.
Yeah.
He is a cripple.
Yeah.
He is going to survive his injuries, but he will never be the same again. They're trying to get him to walk in. Sir Clubfoot is trying to get him healed as quickly as possible because he's easier to manipulate than Amond is. But yeah, it's not looking good on Allison's front. She has no voice. She has no allies. She has no friends.
Yeah, but by all accounts, she's winning this war, or at least her side is Team Green. So
Yeah,
we'll see. We'll see what
yeah,
happens.
we'll see. We'll see how the tables will turn in this final episode. I wonder how long it's going to be, whether or not it's going to crest like an hour and a half. I have a feeling that it's going to basically be a short movie. I
I
think it's
think
going to
it's
be
gonna
like
be an hour
1:15.
and yeah, 1:15
It's going to be a
probably.
smooth 90
It'd be
minutes.
cool if it was a 1:20, but either way it go, the next season of this show is not coming out allegedly
Allegedly.
until 2 years from now. So
Lord have mercy.
we'll see.
Yeah, we shall see.
We'll
So
see,
that's my
man.
current obsession, child. The House of the Dragons. They, the playing field has just gotten a bit more even, if not, excuse me, tilted in Rhaenyra's
Absolutely.
direction.
She hit a half court shot, man. She got three
Yeah, she did.
new riders.
Yeah,
So
she
three
took.
active dragons, one of which Vermithor is the second biggest dragon in the world, next to Vagar's old ass.
Yes.
And so that's great. So yeah, she has technically more dragons, and it feels like she did that in like a month.
She did it really quick. She she was getting beat before the half, and then came in second half of the game after her timeout. She regrouped. She took that 15 minutes, and she got after it. She was looking at replays. You see, she ain't left that library.
Yeah,
She has not left that library since she got back from meeting with Allison. I mean, well, she left to go.
No, she left to go run up on
run down on
Sea
Adam.
Smoke and run down on Adam.
She said, "What do you want?" She was like, "Am I gonna have to fire off on you?" Lord have mercy. But yeah, man, that was fire. What's your current obsession, babes?
I mean, we can hit the Olympics really quick.
Wow.
The Olympics have
y'all
great.
been watching the Olympics?
I hope so.
Please
man.
tell me y'all have. Because wow.
It's been incredible. I think, to start off, just off the rip, gymnastics have been great. Simone Biles killing it. Team USA for women's team
USA.
For the gymnastics have been just having a tear. Those girls are doing
Spectacular.
great, and they done won gold for all of the team competitions. They're about to do singles, I guess tomorrow or at some point after you guys see this. And so it's been fantastic. Some of the things that they do for these meets that they have, these different rounds of the high beam?
Yes. So the main events are the floor routine.
Yep, floor routine.
The vault. You have the uneven bars.
Which are the two bars.
They're literally two uneven bars that they swing back and forth on. And then they have the high beam.
High beam, single bar.
Single bar, 4 inches wide that you essentially have to do an entire routine on. And that's it.
And then they have for women's, that's it, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
And the men's gymnastics have been absolutely incredible. So the men for the teams, American team, won bronze because honestly, it was just can you look up who actually medaled in the men's gymnastics team competition? Because from what I saw, it was essentially a battle for third because between China and Japan, they were warring. Like, they were absolutely phenomenal. There was a couple of Ukrainian competitors that were doing an incredible job. But all in all, it was really China and Japan. And
yeah, and it's still China, Japan. I mean, or Japan won gold, actually.
Yeah, Japan won gold.
China won
silver, and then
China won for the individual all around. A guy from Japan won gold. China won the other two, silver and bronze.
Okay. That's for the individual all arounds, but for the team.
For the team, un momento.
But I just know that it has been incredible. And during the pre-qualifying
Japan,
rounds,
China, United States. So we won bronze.
Okay.
China won silver. Japan won.
Yeah.
Gold.
And that bronze was a hard fought bronze.
Yeah, it was.
China and Japan were during the finals were literally flawless. If you did not complete your routine to perfection and stuck the landing, you had no chance
Put it in better
of
perspective.
hitting the pedestal.
The
Or,
points,
making it to that podium.
The points for Japan, China, and United States, respectively, in that order for gold. 259.594 points for Japan. 259.062 points
Wow.
for China.
We're talking about hundredths of a point.
Yeah, and then for bronze, United States, 257.793. So 2-point difference between
Silver and bronze.
silver and bronze. So yeah, it's been some good
But
stuff.
hundredths of a point from silver and gold.
Yeah. So
Incredible.
China and Japan beefing over there, and it's
Oh, it
been
ain't
great.
no beef. Japan won.
They did, but it
was a
they
hard
rock
fight.
them, socking them, man.
Listen,
It's all coming down to like whether or not you stick in the landing, and just
when
certain
I
cuts
heard
here
like
and there.
not even just cuts, like where your wrist falls on on the high bar when you land, how high are your shoulders back?
Yeah.
Like those little things. If you take a hop, that's going to be a 1/10 of a point deduction. You can already kiss that gold medal, but goodbye, baby.
Yeah, man.
If it's not perfect,
Just
then
like
it's
that.
not going to cut it. And it's really incredible to see people at the very highest level of their craft battle it out and
Battle it out,
really like when you.
Sheer skill,
It is brilliant.
athletic prowess. Just, I mean,
It had us on the edge of our sofa. When I tell you some of those pre-qualifying rounds and
Yeah.
the high bar was taking people out at the
Yeah, it
knees.
was, yo.
You hear me?
Yeah,
We
it was.
watched two people fall
All
violently.
just
One guy completely missed the bar.
Yeah, man.
Missed it. He reached out.
Flat on his face, man.
Wow.
Flat on his face.
I
B.
couldn't believe what I was seeing.
Yeah, man.
Same thing for the qualifying rounds for the women's gymnastics team. We saw several women fall. One of the girls who made it to the finals did her bar routine. She hit like, a triple, like backwards, like back handspring, basically. That last one, trail leg, missed the bar, fell off. I said, Jesus Christ. And them things are high.
Yeah.
I know we're looking at it from a perspective of where the camera is sitting at about 8 to 10 feet high. Those bars themselves are like at 4 feet high.
Man, it's
And then you stand on top of that and do a flip. Relax. It's 4 inches wide, that high beam. It was fantastic. And then watching like diving and then swimming. It has just been such a pleasure.
Oh yeah, swimming has been fantastic. We saw Ledecky. I don't know if that was today or she won gold and broke a record for the 1500. I used to swim in high school, 3 years, loved it, best thing ever. Super interested in swimming, and so Ledecky for the women's team did a 1500 meter, which is a 50-meter pool. It's an Olympic pool, one way, and so 1500 meters is essentially 30 laps. And so she beat everyone by the person that was second to her was 10 seconds away
behind
from
her.
her. And so, man, it's just, I mean, you look
She
at that.
turned into a motorboat.
Pretty much. The way that she was cutting that water, man, it was like butter, man.
She was
really
barely
cool.
using her legs.
Really
Her
cool
arms
stuff.
was doing all of the work. You would just see her legs do this.
Yeah, just keeping her stable.
Just like a little rudder kick. Like, and it
man.
wasn't even huge like this. It was like, do.
Really good
Amazing.
stuff. Really
I
good
couldn't
stuff.
walk around the pool 30 times, let alone swim back and forth
Yeah.
30 times.
Yeah, man.
Stop.
Yeah, man.
Stop.
So we did gymnastics, we did swimming, we watched a little bit of surfing. That was kind of funny.
What's funny? Because it's like, y'all just out here playing.
Oh, USA basketball was good, man. They kind of
yes.
caught their stride. They went against Sudan again and dominated again.
Sudan.
South Sudan.
Oh, they played. When did they play?
Today, I believe they played Sudan.
Okay.
Today, but yeah, they're doing good.
The Olympics has
I
been
think they're
excellent.
Yeah, they're moving forward and stuff like that. So we'll USA is on track, for basketball to kind of make sure that they capture that gold. LeBron James is still playing phenomenal. Kevin Durant is playing.
Kevin Durant.
boy.
Wow,
When they
he's on a
played,
tear.
who were we
Serbia.
watching? Serbia, and it was playing Jokic,
Yep.
which was a concern. Everyone was concerned because
Hey,
Serbia, I don't know if y'all,
they're a
hey,
good team.
Serbia is a good team. Them
Yes, they
boys,
are.
and they physical. And man, Kevin Durant came in, I think, in what, the second or the third quarter?
He scored 21 points in 7 minutes. He
8
came
for
off
8.
he came off the bench.
8 for
8 for
8.
8.
Kevin Durant's one of my favorite players, bro. Between him and Kyrie.
Wow.
So I'm like, bro, it's just beautiful to watch. The boy just, yeah.
He's just the
Trey 5,
one,
man.
man. Good
Shout out to
Lord.
KD.
KD.
And LeBron is LeBron, so ain't nothing new there. But
Oh, that old man balling.
yeah.
He out there with all the grays,
All the
just
grays.
walking them down.
Bouncing like he 21. Like, this is crazy, bro. Stop it now, LeBron.
Yes.
Enough.
Yeah,
Jesus.
no, it's not enough. It's not. It'll never be enough, and it'll never be enough. I'm screaming. All right, you had a life be lifing?
Yeah, man, life be
Also-
life, and so I'll keep it short and sweet, or just sweet. Had to go to a funeral this week, and it just had me kind of thinking about a lot of stuff. But one thing in particular, just where will you be, or where will I be in 5 years, 10 years down the road? This particular person that I went to this funeral for, I worked for or reported to at my job. Really great guy, to not just me, but to everybody that I work with. And then to go to that funeral and see, it was a packed house. I thought it was over 100 people.
Wow.
It was over 500 people.
I beg your pardon.
Yeah,
500
Yeah,
people.
according to my folks, like it was
Wow.
it was a lot of people there.
What an impact.
Between the actual funeral service, the people that came to the house the night before, the reception after the funeral, and then the burial ceremony. And it was a Catholic funeral, so there was a lot of singing, a lot of praying. It was my first time going to a Catholic funeral, so that was different, but it was good. It was calm. It was beautiful. A lot of crying.
Naturally.
Naturally, and he had 3 boys, and so they did great. His oldest, who was 16, did a great speech at the reception, and so all of that this whole process of, this time has just been getting me thinking about like the future, and it's just been difficult because I have a little bit of my anxiety is most of it, unfortunately, is kind of rooted in like fear.
Yeah.
And so when something like this, it's a good thing, to have something like this impact you in a way, because you have to sit into the reality and your mortality. Your mortality.
Yeah.
And so it's just been an interesting couple of days trying to think about like, am I really, setting myself up to be everything I need to be? Am I taking full advantage of life and wanting to, do the things that not necessarily that I'm supposed to do, because I think a lot of my life has been based on what I'm supposed to do. That's what I've been trained my whole life in my family. So just trying to get to a place of feeling comfortable to do what I feel like I want to do, and what I feel like is like natural to me, and the things that I feel like I need to do. And some of the stuff, not necessarily just need to do, because that sometimes feels like a requirement, like you have to do certain things. I've been pretty decent on that, but like, what do you want to do? Like,
Yeah.
the desires you have, passions you have, and the things that make you feel good, just to kind of be more honed in on that. And so, life be life in might be a segment for the show in the future, but it's just kind of one of those things that just wanted to share. I had pretty low energy in the last episode, and so that was kind of the reason why. because it's just something that's just weird. And also, fuck cancer. You know what I'm saying? It's forever fuck cancer. And so yeah, man, it's just should I be thinking about
Yeah.
sometimes, you know?
I get that. And definitely RIP to your colleague and your coworker who I know had an
Yeah.
incredible impact on you.
In such a short time too, man.
Yeah, in
My
such a short
gosh.
period of time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Rest in power.
That's a fact. Okay, so I have a Are You in Like or Love? So recently we went to go see the movie,
Oh
the
man.
highly
I
anticipated.
didn't think we were gonna see this movie, I'm be
I didn't think we were
honest.
going to
And
see it
we
this
found a
quickly.
sliver of time.
Right.
Gotta salute you for that. Found a sliver of time to go see this movie.
Yeah. Deadpool and
Deadpool and
Wolverine.
Wolverine, child.
Wowzers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just going to say
Also, Like or Love, yeah, sorry. Go
Like
ahead.
or Love, I loved it.
A. Wouldn't
Yeah.
say A plus, because A
Wouldn't
plus
say
is
A
a
plus.
standard for A plus is
Yeah.
Endgame and
If I'm going to be super
Age of
duper
Ultron
critical,
and all
I'm
that.
going to start with like what I thought were the lowlights and then
Okay.
go up to the highlights without giving any spoilers. Runtime, entirely too long. Wasn't necessary.
2 hour and 10 minute runtime.
Wasn't necessary, especially for a movie that is solely predicated on like comic relief and like nostalgia and like really just trying to bring joy. Like we actually watched Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman do their Hot Ones interview.
Oh, yes.
And Ryan Reynolds basically said like the entire like purpose of this movie was just to bring joy. Like it was something for the fans, something to be super funny, humorous, enjoyable, lighthearted, etc.
Yeah.
And it hit all of those marks. I just don't think it needed to be as long in order for it to hit all of those marks. They could have condensed the timeline a little bit. I felt like the big bad, even though this big bad was pretty OP'd,
Yeah.
because
The hell?
there was no real like investment in the big bad. Like this is not a big bad that we have seen in previous movies before or that we have like a long history with and like this huge, buildup of anticipation. I think one thing that Marvel did really successfully in this like last 10-year stint when preparing for Endgames, Infinity War and Endgames, is that they gave us a antagonist to kind of build up our resentment for,
Yeah,
right?
Thanos was building for 10 years.
They were building him for 10 years. So I think in these like kind of one-off movies, creating an antagonist that you quickly build a resentment for because there's like a backstory there and there's some investment on the viewer's end, as well as building in just a touch of empathy to make the relationship a bit more complex, is always a pretty good recipe for a good bad guy. But this one, I would forget them very quickly. Like if you were going to ask me in like 2 years what I remembered about this movie, I promise you it won't be the villain
It won't be the villain.
at
And
all.
I can't stop thinking about Thanos. You see
I
what I'm
am
saying?
still afraid.
You should have aimed for the head like
Yeah,
that.
it's
That you can't.
ridiculous. That purple bastard
Yeah.
laid eggs in our mind, and we are
Yeah,
still
man.
afraid.
Ultron too, shit. Ultron was 2, 3 movies. Like you need a yeah, because
Yeah.
you see the same thing that happened in Thor: Love and Thunder, where they had an incredible villain. To my opinion, who by comic standards, and I'm not the biggest comic guy, but by comic standards was a really big deal.
Well, the
But they
actor,
and the actor too,
what
Christian
was
Bale,
Christian Bale. He
Batman,
was
Dark Knight.
he was completely wasted in that role.
Ah,
Completely wasted.
he was so good.
He was
And then they just
he
killed
was
him.
the only redeeming quality of that movie, Love
True.
and Thunder, because it was terrible.
It
It
wasn't
was just
great.
foolishness. All it was just a bunch of screaming goats and fat
That was
Thor
funny.
and weird Zeus. I don't know. I just thought it was stupid.
Yeah.
But anywho, this one was hilarious. The fourth wall breaking was
Oh
incredible.
man,
The
brilliant.
integration, because I really didn't understand how these two characters were going to ultimately come together, how they brought it together, and how they kind of neatly tie up this whole variant conversation.
Different world,
multiverse
Yeah.
kind of thing. They tied that up in I think a pretty good way to essentially like allude to the fact that like okay, we're ending this leg of our Marvel universe kind of like train of thought
Oh,
and
you think they're
concept
gonna
for
stop the multiverse thing?
I think so.
I don't know because we just saw
Right.
RDJ,
Yes,
big
Robert
big
Downey
Robert Downey
Jr.
Jr.
be revealed
be
as the
revealed
next big
as,
villain
yeah,
in the
and
Marvel
Doctor Doom.
universe as Doctor Doom, and obviously it would have to be a variant
Of
type of
course, of
situation.
course.
There was a lot of really cool Easter eggs in there as well,
Easter eggs. I mean, there were so many
cameos.
Easter eggs. They had to put it in the like it was in the script. Like they
Yeah,
had to say some of them. A few, and you can't say them because it would give away stuff. But
right.
like a few of them, it's like I gotta go look that up.
Oh,
I
100%.
gotta
It's
look that
definitely
up.
going to have you going back through your Rolodex and your file cabinet of all Marvel movies. And I'm talking about all the way back to like, original, very first X-Men. We're talking about going all the way back to like Fantastic Four. Like
Fantastic Four.
they're going to be
Yeah.
pulling
Oh
references
man,
back
that
from
tie-in
that
was
far
good too.
ago. I'm talking about early 2000s
Yeah.
Marvel groundwork and foundational work for this entire Marvel universe that we know and love today. Yeah, so it was a love for me.
Yeah, I loved it too. I think the what stood out to me too was they gave the fans what they wanted in a
Yeah, they
sense of
did.
like the fight scenes, who was fighting who, especially in the beginning of that first
Yeah.
half of the movie, they just kind of put it all out on the table, and the fight scenes were incredible.
Yeah, they
Deadpool's
were.
new suit, the touches of gold, great,
It was just so funny. Like
really
everything
cool,
about it
and
was just hilarious.
yeah, the fourth wall breaks, the jokes, all of them landed. I will say, speaking of the jokes and it being rated R, if you thinking about taking your baby to this movie,
Think
think
again.
think think hard about it.
Yeah,
I know people have different, are a little controversial about what age you should take your kids to see rated R movies,
yeah,
but this
that's your
one
business. But
takes rated R all the way to the top of what rated. I don't even know what is after
well,
rated R.
think about the fact. Well, I mean,
Off
I
of
don't
babe,
think it
off of
was
off
vulgar.
of the F word and no alone.
Yeah, just the sheer number of F
The
bombs,
F word
the
alone
sexual
is,
innuendos,
yeah.
the graphicness and the violence is something that we have grown
Nah,
accustomed
the
to in our
graphics, the
society.
blood and all that stuff don't
Yeah,
count.
it's excessive, but
The
I
F
mean,
words,
just think
the
about the fact that all of the Deadpool movies have been rated R.
of course,
And
yeah.
just know that for Deadpool and Wolverine, they're going to ramp it up, right? So if you thought that the last two were a little risque, then
Nah,
leave your kids at home,
yeah.
respectfully,
I would
or
say
not.
15.
I'm not here
To
to teach
me,
you how to raise
it
your
depends
kids.
on how mature your kid is, in my in my opinion. But like 15 and down, I maybe wouldn't. I
Yeah.
wouldn't. I think you need to do 16 and up for this movie. Again, a lot of cussing, a lot of sexual innuendos, and the jokes are just hard. Like they're hard,
Yeah. They're
hilarious,
hilarious.
hilarious. But
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah,
so
it's adult content.
it did
So
211 million in the opening
did
weekend,
it?
so it's almost guaranteed to hit a billion probably.
No way.
I think that's a stat.
A B?
According to salute to Tony Baker, according to him, usually opening week this weekend we'll see.
Okay.
But if you hit 200 million in a weekend, it usually means that
Oh, I had no
it's gonna,
idea. I had no
so
idea. That's fantastic.
yeah, man,
Well, I'm excited that it's doing well
it's doing great.
because I think it deserves it.
It's doing great, man.
Okay, one's got to go.
One's gotta go. This is actually the one thing I did not do prior to. So, un momento,
Lovely.
un momento. Dun, 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 dun. No, no. This should be fun.
Okay.
Debo, Big Worm, Money Mike, Pinky. This is actually should be fun. Oh no, did you?
No, I know who
Okay,
all these
okay.
characters
I was
are.
about to say,
No, I
oh
know who
come
all these
on, man.
I know who all these
Damn
characters
it.
are. I'm actually worried. I think because these characters mean so much to people who are lovers of the Friday like franchise, the saga that is the Friday movies, that I can catch smoke over any one of these guys that I say.
That's fine.
But say it one more time. So just so we run it from the top. Debo, Big Worm, Money Mike, or Pinky.
Yes. Debo, Big Worm, Money Mike.
I'm gonna say Big Worm.
Big Worm, Big Perm. I mean, but he was a great. We were talking about
You
villains.
played
He
with
was
my
a
emotions.
he was a great villain, yo.
I
In
think
that
he
first
was
Friday
cool.
movie.
I think he was cool. I think for me
Sometimes you
personally,
gotta pop out and show niggas. He
I
did
think
it.
for me
He
personally,
stood on business.
him pulling up in his little ice cream truck and his little car. I don't remember what kind of car it was, but like there's nothing, even with all of that, him having a perm and the rollers in his
Shout out
hair
to the
and
Rollers.
him, trying to create this menacing persona. It just has nothing on
Oh,
Debo.
that's true too.
The
They
fact
were
that
in the
when
same
you
movie, huh?
heard the squeaking of his lowrider
Dun-dun,
bicycle,
dun-dun,
you knew from the sound of the
dun.
lack of WD-40 who was coming to run down your block.
What's crazy is that wasn't even his bike.
Brother,
He
the
stole
fact
that
that
bike.
him and his big weight, okay, is crushing this bike to the sound of
What you got on my 40, homie?
like he's literally going to crush the bike, and
Terrifying.
that's the squeaking that you're hearing. That haunts you in your dreams. So you can't get rid of him. He's the OG, triple OG.
Triple OG.
When you think about,
He was the big bad.
he is the villain.
Even though he
Big
was the big
Worm
bad.
was like Chris
he
Tucker.
shot shit up though.
He was Smokey's like primary op.
True.
But the main character's primary op, Craig's op, was Debo. And so to me, it's just no comparison. When it comes to Pinky and Magic Mike,
Oh no,
I feel
Money
like,
Mike.
excuse me, Money Mike, I keep calling him Magic Mike, Lord Jesus. Money Mike, I think that they really and truly made those characters their own. Like, Money Mike was essentially Cat Williams' movie premiere,
debut.
breakout debut role, and he absolutely bodied it. Also, I don't know the actor's name who played Pinky,
Looking up no.
but
Clifton Powell.
I have never laughed harder than when you say another motherfucking word again.
It's Pinky, nigga.
And this thing's over. When he in Friday After the Next, when he came to the party, he was standing outside of the bathroom trying to get in.
Pinky, nigga.
Pinky got a paper, look. Like, he was so ignorant in that movie, and that character was so outlandish, was so extra, was so excessive that it was like, this is obviously a cartoon caricature
Oh yeah, for sure.
of a person.
He might as well have been animated.
He sold it so well. I don't even know how he got his voice to that inflection. He sounded like a schizophrenic pastor. He was just screaming.
I loved how he talked to his driver, because his driver used to drive crazy.
He was like making me spill my
Spill
yak.
my yak, nigga. This is $200 shoot, nigga.
Yeah, he was just so excessive. He was so extra. I absolutely loved him.
Yeah.
Like, he made Mike Epps and him made Next Friday.
For sure.
They made
sure.
that movie, and so I can't get rid of either one of them. So Big Worm,
And Baby D. She was a Baby D.
Baby D was
Baby
cute.
D.
But Mike Epps, when he was talking about how Baby D liked the little sprinkles and that him talking about how stressed out he was over that girl, I couldn't breathe when I first watched it. I couldn't breathe.
Y'all gonna do something.
Y'all gonna do something. Y'all just watching
Y'all
it.
just watch her. You're not gonna catch me, Baby D.
Look at my roof.
Look at
My
my roof. My roof.
Get
I'm
off.
sitting on 20. Nah, them 15s, but they clean though.
They clean though. Bruh, so funny. So funny. So yeah, it's gonna be Big Worm.
Cool.
got to get
I
up out of
agree.
here.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, it's not even close for me. At first, I was kind of stressed out about it, but the more I thought about it, I was like, nah, I'm gonna stand on this. This is how I feel. This is how I
Cool.
feel. Okay. So I have a member when.
Ooh.
So this member when is based off of a video that a friend of ours sent us via Instagram. So do you remember when the alphabet was just basically uncontested? You know what I'm
A,
saying?
B, C, D,
Yeah,
E, F, G, blah, blah,
the
blah, blah, blah.
ABC
I know the
melody.
alphabet, guys. I'm just not gonna sing the whole
It
thing.
it was, the alphabet was basically unfuckwittable. Well,
Yes. You mean the song?
yes, the song.
Okay.
Apparently that's not true anymore. Okay. So this video that was sent to us via Instagram is of an elementary school teacher essentially confirming, based off of a tweet that she recently saw.
I can insert it.
Excellent. And I'll send it to you. So
Yeah.
that we
Insert here.
Right, that we no longer sing the ABCs, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, apparently because at the part when children sing LMNOP, the claim is that children don't recognize that LMNOP is 5 different letters. Child, I had to double check, child. It's 5 different letters, and they say LMNOP, like one word. And even at the end, there's
Okay.
another claim that when they say YNZ, they think that YN is a letter, or NZ
What, they did a study or something?
is I don't know if they did a study or if it's just horseshit. I'm going to lean on the latter. So apparently it is now sung like this. Shush. It is sung A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z.
Wait, what?
Yes. So it's
I
sang
think
in
you.
this,
Hold
no,
on.
it's sang in the same cadence, but it's broken up
Say it
different.
one more time.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, move, white woman. Sorry, she's in the way. Okay, I'm gonna try again. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z.
With the snaps?
Well, she incorporated, yes, essentially. She incorporated the snaps
the
so
cadence.
we can understand how to break it up. And then the end is, now I will never forget how to sing the alphabet. And that's how they sing it now. And
Man, go to Gracie's Corner and stop the foolishness. I don't know what the hell. There's a Caribbean version of it. There's a Jamaican version
I
of
was
this.
so upset by this assertion that our education or standard of education is such that people really believe that we have an entire generation or generations of children or adults now who apparently don't know that LMNOP are separate letters. Let me read to you some of the comments.
Well, hold on now. That
Go ahead.
I might agree a little bit when you said that LMNOP is definitely a convergence of, well, not a convergence, but
LMNOP.
it is a common. Come
I
on
love it
now.
when kids go NNMOP.
That's what they're trying to avoid.
But that's because the child can't keep up with the words because it's saying it fast. But if you slow it down, LMNOP, that's all you have to do.
Yeah.
QRSTUB.
I think that's one of those. This is one of those things where over time, the assumption of what you think it is will.
I can guarantee you no child has ever spelled like lane LMNOPAME. Like they know that L is separate.
Even if they don't know at first when they first learn the alphabet and they do think that it is all
Okay.
one thing, what I'm saying is that could be true, but because it's so ingratiated into our system of teaching the alphabet, eventually they will figure it out. It's
Yes,
not something to, I don't think it's something you
especially
should
when
worry
you
about.
see the letters. I
Yeah, that
think
too.
if children had never been shown the alphabet, maybe then you can have an argument. But
They'll
if
be
you're
fine.
literally pointing to the letters LMNOP, you can see that they're separate letters. Anyway, some of these comments were hysterical.
Okay.
Someone said, they will need to pry LMNOP from my cold dead hands.
Yeah, they will.
Someone said LMNOP will live on with Pluto. First they changed math,
Oh
then
yeah, because they got rid of Pluto.
yeah,
Yeah.
first they changed math, then they take Pluto from us. Now they come for ABCs. It's nothing sacred.
Some of the changes to maths, like some of the multiplication stuff, is fire. But I digress. Go ahead. Because they got a way easier way to do multiplication now. But go ahead.
Someone said, not once in my childhood did I think LMNOP, Y and Z, or NZ was their own singular letters. Name me one adult that thinks LMNOP is one letter.
I don't know if it's for adults though. I think this might be for like kids actively learning it, and they're
Yeah,
seeing
actively learning it, but
how.
like you say, as you develop, you recognize that
Yeah, yeah.
LMNOP is not one word. Yes, you're saying it really quickly together when you're singing this song A B C D E
You know
F
what?
G.
You know what it is though.
Like,
What the problem is that the way that she came up, the version she's singing is trash. That's really what the problem is. The
yeah,
version she's singing
yeah,
is not catchy. It
no.
has no. It took you 3 times to sing that. It's
Well,
gonna be harder.
it took me 3 times because she was blocking the way it was split up. But
But I thought you missed. I mean, I think you did miss like a section of
I
letters.
didn't.
The first, no, the first time. I think you did. I think you
No.
missed a section. Well, so, but that's because it's trash. It's not easy.
It's just not good.
It's not. It's
You
not a
are
good
always
cadence.
gonna get niggas on board if you have a 5 beat.
Gracie's
If
Corner.
it has a 5 beat and the cadence is jumping, like we gonna be here
And the other
for
thing they
it.
should have did. Who is this white woman? You know what they should have got if they're gonna campaign for this to change. You know what white woman they should have got for this? Miss Rachel. That's who they should have got for this. If they're gonna change it, then
Miss
let her change
Rachel
it.
woulda
That's who all
toe
the
it
children
up.
are listening to anyway.
That's a
300
fact.
million views on every video she has. Let her do it.
Someone said, "I
She got
get it."
control of our kids anyway.
Yes, you do. Someone said, "I get it," but LMNO is and will always be my favorite letter. Billions of adults have learned the alphabet just fine with the old song.
Billions?
I mean, do you know of another more widely spread way to sing the alphabet?
I think our scope is very much American at the moment, and I don't think that's first of all. There are other countries and nations that have the alphabet sung in English in different. I'm sure it's a different cadence by culture alone. There's a lot of different versions of the alphabet.
Sesame Street will say otherwise, and Sesame Street is another one
American.
of those programs where they did have many different renditions. My mother put on basically like snips of the Sesame Street on for Eden one day, and it was just basically all of their alphabet songs in one video.
Fire.
And it was intense. They have this one with Patti LaBelle that is absolutely incredible.
Okay, see,
we need to insert that one as well, and then y'all can let us know which one that y'all like better.
The Patti LaBelle one?
Yeah, the OG, triple OG, this new rendition, or the Patti.
Yeah, I think that it's because it's trash, and it's because y'all are telling us that this is gonna be the new version, and we don't do good with that. When Uno said that these are certain rules that y'all have to play by, we kicked Uno out.
We told him to shut its filthy mouth.
Right? Yeah,
We
there's
sure
just
did kick them out of
you
the group
can't
chat.
tell
We said, shut up telling us how to play the game that you made.
right. You can't tell Black Twitter, and I use Black Twitter as a general term for Black social media,
Okay.
to that things were one way and now it's changed. You gonna get roasted for that, especially if it ain't got no rhythm.
If it ain't broke, it don't fix it.
You know what I'm
And I
saying?
don't,
So
and you'll be hard pressed to find anyone over the age of, honestly, over the age of 24 who will agree with this statement, like that it needs to be changed. You just not gonna find nobody unless, except for the kids, the young people that you are teaching right now that only have this as a reference.
I feel like y'all
to
teaching
the
these kids to not
ABCs.
have rhythm because that song is not good. That
Yeah.
new standard that y'all trying to come, that's not good. Just go to Gracie's and stop the foolishness. Like,
And
why
just
y'all
be
doing
and just leave it alone. Y'all ain't got better things to argue about or to restructure. That's what
Yeah.
you're going to restructure, the alphabet instead of the curriculum.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's be
Facts.
for real.
Do we have another segment? Because I have a potential debate that I think.
Oh, do you have a potential debate?
Well, it's
So
just a continuation of what we were with the alphabet, it
Okay.
kind of rose a question about how language and grammar and how certain things do change over time in the way that we speak, in the way that we write. Certain words fade, and you feel like certain things should just stay the same. So I don't know if you wanted to.
No, not really. Well, for context, we were having the conversation around the restructuring of language when it comes to more higher levels of appearance and representation and visibility of other members of our community, primarily the LGBTQ plus community, and restructuring the idea of gender identities and having more visibility to
Like the pronouns.
pronouns and, calling individuals they and them.
His pronouns are
And
he and him.
and and how that was a transition in the usage of
We're still transitioning too.
the
It's taking time.
transition of the usage of words and how we identify, right?
Saying
And
that you're a we
yeah,
or
or
they
not a
is-
we, but
No,
referring
we-
to yourself as they, right? Which in most cases is a plural when being utilized. The only time I really understood how the switch is actually not as complicated as one may think it is honestly when I was pregnant with Eden. We did not know the gender of our child, and we did not want to know until they were born. And so I always referred to him because we didn't know he was a him.
him he.
We refer to him as they. Like, the baby, or they had a good day today. And whenever I said that, people automatically was like, what you mean they? You having twins?
Hilarious.
And I was like, no, when I say they, I don't know the gender of the child. So I don't want to say he or she. So I say they. And they were like, oh, okay. And I would get kind of a weird look. And I just thought, like, the more I got accustomed to saying it, the less odd it felt. But initially, when taking the root basis of, how we build, how we build upon our language, and how those words and the agreement of those words and the structure of sentences and how those, create our speech. If we start changing those building blocks, like how we change the building blocks of like what we understand as like the original, right? Like the ABC song, the happy birthday song, hell, the Pledge of Allegiance, whatever it is
That's actually the only song that doesn't
whatever
have
it is that
multiple renditions.
even though it has multiple renditions of, everybody has an understood original. Once you start changing things like that, it's just like, where are we going, and why are we doing it? But anyway, that was a big segue. I don't think the two really have much to do with each other.
Oh, okay. Well, fair enough. The only thing I'll say about that is that language does change over time. It may take hundreds of years, but there are we watch Game of Thrones.
I think
Bible.
words. I think sure, I think the Bible is a good way to think about it. Obviously, like when you think of like old King James version of the Bible and these and thous
I saw a
and
word on Game of Thrones the other day that threw me for a loop. Autant, autant, O
no,
U
no,
G H
oughtn't.
T A T
It's
apostrophe
basically
N.
it's basically a truncated version of ought not to. You oughtn't.
Damn.
Basically, it's a long way of saying you should not. Like you oughtn't do that.
Oh well,
You, yeah.
there are words, just words that over time, as language changes and words fade and words come in, and the way that we communicate with each other, it changes. It just takes. We won't see it because 200 years from now, we may not say the same. We may not have the, and not for nothing, Black people as cultural like generators of all of this stuff, we should know because we done came up Webster. We done came up with all kinds of fucking words.
Yeah, well, I think coming up with new words, words falling in and out of utilization, I think that is a matter of like society and culture and all of those, other factors. But the structure of how we put sentences and words together in order to communicate thoroughly, I think those things are pretty fixed. And so even though some of the words have changed, you know, sentences
A
still
verb is a
need
verb is a
a
verb.
verb is a verb is a verb. A noun is a noun is a noun. You need all of those things in order to create a sentence, to string together a coherent sentence. So even though, like I said, the words may fall in and out of like popularity, the structure, the framework, the foundation is still the same. And the more people start messing with the foundation of language, the more I question what is it that we're actually trying to say? Because you trying to undo language in order to make your point. And my thing is like, well, if you can't make your point with the thousands and thousands of words that we have, maybe you need to go back to the drawing board. Like you're thinking too hard.
Well,
Like there are plenty of words. There's like widen your vocabulary. Don't try to change language.
I I think language is fluent. I think it's something that again it will change over time, regardless of if, and we don't know what the catalyst of that change is until we look back in history about it. Like what causes, like I feel like things, I want to know how people spoke to each other 200 years ago. I think that the same sentence structure with gerunds and verbs and nouns and all of that that you're
What was
talking
the
about.
first word you said?
A gerund.
What's that?
A gerund is is it an ing? All the ings, I think. Don't give me the line. I didn't go to college. I did. I'm just kidding. Am I right about this? I'm right.
Okay.
Yes, all the asking, giving, ings,
Yeah.
all of those things, I'm willing to bet did not exist in the way that we know them now 200 years ago. I'm willing to bet.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like
We're gonna have to look it up.
the origin of the American way, that American English is British English or traditional English. And so I think that over time, and the way that Americans spoke when in the 400, 500 years ago is a lot different than how Americans speak now.
I think the vernacular was different. I think the words that were in use and how many articles we use in the sentences, I think those type of things changed, but I still think the structure the of the language was the same. You still need a noun, you still need a verb, you still need conjugates, you still need like
Yeah, I
you
mean,
still need those things in
even
order to create a sentence, even though the words may change.
even where we put periods, commas, and semicolons have changed. There used to be a thing where it's like you can't put a period after. You can't start a sentence with and. That's changed a little bit. You can. you used to have to only start sentences with articles like the or what have you. That's changed. Like things changed. If you look,
Okay.
I'm curious to see like what if we looked at like a Shakespeare play, how different it was written. So yeah, I'm not trying to go. I just thought it was an interesting conversation about language that I have never actually had a conversation about
Yeah.
language and never had to think about it until this freaking terrible rendition of the ABCs.
Yeah. I just think that certain foundational things, like if you are seeing that your children are having a hard time with literacy because of the ABCs, and that's one thing, but I don't think that's what it's attributed to. I just think that the quality of our education and the system of educating is not one that's actually conducive to thorough and complete learning. I just don't think it is. And so we're coming up
Yeah.
with all new kind of ways to make these type of shortcomings, these pitfalls of our educational system feel like it could be improved, when in actuality if you want to upend something, don't upend language, don't upend letters, don't upend the traditional way of how someone sang a song, upend the like the structure, the methodologies that you guys have in place in order to create better learning environments for kids. I don't know, look at some of the higher testing and scoring countries in the world, or excuse me, not even testing and scoring, because it is a fact that standardized testing is not a good metric of measuring intelligence or things of that nature. Like, I think the way that we go about teaching and educating, I think the system that we use in America is incredibly outdated. It is proven to be not the best way to teach children, and there are way better efforts that can be made
Instead of changing
instead
the
of
ABCs.
changing the fucking ABCs. Y'all
Yes.
are looking in the wrong direction.
that
Is
could-
my entire point.
And that could be the button on this.
You are
Yes,
wasting everyone's time.
That is true. It's
Go
just,
and look at how Sweden teaches their kids. Okay.
yeah, all of these medical advancements to make,
And that's the best you
different-
came up with,
yeah,
changing the ABC song?
yeah.
Really?
Well, educational event. I said medical. I don't know. why I
Not
said
stop
that,
giving
but-
kids homework, or stop doing standardized testing, or learning outside more, or having more playtime to foster more creativity. That's not what y'all want to look at. Y'all want to look at the ABCs.
Y'all are getting rid of the arts and cutting budgets for all these other stuff. Hey, it's
Be for real.
I get it.
What's y'all-
Fair enough.
Come on now.
Fair enough.
Anywho, well, we
think we
did
did
it.
it.
We did it, y'all.
I think we did
That's
it.
another episode for the books, homie.
We will get back to I Am Tripping one time. It's just that we have a couple of we're gonna do this in a rapid fire form
Am I tripping?
because am I tripping? Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's some interesting stuff
It's
in
good
here.
stuff in there, man. But
Yeah,
you're
man.
just gonna have to wait till the next episode, okay?
Yeah, man.
And
And please comment. Please
comment, like, and subscribe.
yeah, do one of those things at least. All of those things preferred. My preference is to comment because I'm curious to see what you guys think. What is your preference?
Subscribe.
Subscribe. Fair
I want to
enough.
see those numbers go up,
Yeah,
man.
man,
I
we're
want
at
to know who's
11.
really like fooling with us. Like, commit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are so non-committal. This is the one thing for certain podcasts. We a married couple.
Yeah, what's the worst case? What's the worst thing that
We
can happen,
like,
bro?
you know what I'm saying?
Like, we ain't
If you
gonna
don't like, we're not gonna harass you.
Yeah, the worst thing that might happen is we may have go on a tangent about grammar and education. That's not the worst thing.
But you're gonna have a good time. You know what I mean?
I thought it was cool.
So fuck with the kids. Anyway,
Yeah,
no matter
man.
where you go after this, just make sure you go with God. Okay.
Go with God.
It's the one thing for certain podcasts, baby. Peace.
Peace.